This is the Central Coast's anti-social network.
If you're on the planet, you know ABBA. You know.
I'm going to debunk that theory. I don't know any ABBA. I mean, I know Dancing Queen.
You're Jeff. I know
Dancing
You're the contrarian.
Queen.
You constantly fight everything. You're tiring, Jeff. You want to get tired and get annoyed, so you're tiring and annoying. Shut the hell up.
Wow,
anyway,
that was quick. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were such a big ABBA.
No, it's not even that.
I won't speak badly.
It just happened to be ABBA. If I told you crap doesn't taste good, you're going to go and give me research that it does. And here we are.
Apparently you do think crap tastes good because you like ABBA so much.
See, there you go.
This is the Central Coast's anti-social network.
So you're tiring and annoying. Shut the hell up.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
Have you ever thought about how you're going to die? Or what your odds are every time you get into a vehicle? New study out is calculating all this stuff, so I'm going to tell you right now.
Confidence is king. I don't even know if I want to listen to the words. You just got to be confident in what you do.
Well, I think this will make you feel good. The odds of dying in a car accident are 101 to 1. So that means, every 101th time you've gotten into your vehicle, you have a chance of dying in a car accident, right? Airplane crash, even better. 11,756 to 1.
Yeah, airplanes are the safest form of travel.
So, when are you ever going to fly 11,000 times in your life, even if...
Ooh, I don't know about that 101 to 1. That doesn't sound promising.
No, it doesn't. No, it's you got to be careful. And it's the people around you.
Cruise control. Cruise control is the number one thing I use to be safe in a car.
It's the number one thing I use so I don't get a speeding ticket, because I was getting a lot of speeding tickets. Well, I was getting pulled over. I didn't always get a ticket, but, that last one I got was, I realized I even had to use it on Broad Street, because from South Street to the office there, what is that street? South to, what's the one there where the Chevron is? I always forget the name of that street. It's right there.
Orchid,
yeah. Between South and Orchid, it's 40 miles an hour. I was going 50.
And people go 50 regular.
And it's 45 once you get on the other side of Orchid driving towards the airport. And they wanted to put in that new stupid light that blinks red, which means go. How stupid is that? Here's a blinking red light, which we're told to stop, look both ways, and go. And now the blinking red light means go. Cautiously.
Well, no, it's supposed to mean stop and look both ways and then go.
No, that's not what people do, though. When it's fully red, everybody stops, and then it starts blinking, and then every car does not stop and go. No, they just drive right through it. It should be yellow.
You're right. You're 100% right about that one. I'm on board with you.
Drowning in a swimming pool, this is something you have to worry about, because you have a swimming pool. Your odds of drowning in a swimming pool are 5,882 to 1. So
now, is that for everybody, or is that for people with swimming pools?
That's for everybody. So I would imagine your number goes up higher.
They're way increased, yeah. Way increased.
Let's see here. Anything? What else should we talk about? How about a dog attack? 69,000. Alcohol poisoning.
69,000?
Alcohol poisoning. What do you think you have a better chance of dying from? Choking on food or alcohol poisoning?
Choking on food, because everybody does it.
Nope, it's alcohol poisoning.
Really?
1,600 to 1. Choking on food, 2,700 to 1. And accidental firearm discharge.
Well, not everybody.
8,000 to 1. 8,000 to 1.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because you're using one doesn't mean that you could get hit by somebody else that has one.
That's true. Just ask the people on the set of any Alec Baldwin movie. They'll tell you that your odds go up greatly if Alec Baldwin's on set.
I saw a sign the other day somebody made, and it said, "I proudly stand behind Alec Baldwin."
Spending 4 hours in a box together every day can make you say crazy things.
Don't go crazy.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
All right, so people are going nuts. Social media, Zoom is now becoming a thing. There was this woman, and this video has gone viral because she's calling out potential clients who disrespected her on Zoom.
Oh, you go, girl.
First of all, if we're going to continue working together, I want to work with a woman sales representative because I don't want to have to see locker room talk about myself when you're sharing screens. I know that was a mistake, but I don't want to see.
Inexcusable.
I just don't want to see like locker room talk about myself. So if we could.
We have a couple of really good RSMs actually that you'll be able to work with. So
Okay.
100% completely understand, and that's inexcusable. They sharing the screen that shouldn't be talked about. So apologies on that.
Apparently, she was called a bombshell. Apparently, she's very attractive. And I don't know if they said it to her face or if they were talking in the background. And so now she's... It's really...
Compliment.
It's a compliment. Oh, I don't need to be... It's not a locker room. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there was more that was said, but you didn't share
when
it there.
When she said it was locker room talk, I thought it was going to be a lot worse than bombshell.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, they did use the F word. I think the guy got up, had the Zoom on, said to another guy, he's like, dude, check her out. She's a bombshell. And she got all mad. Like, you know what? Here's an opportunity for you to turn on your charm a little bit and maybe you get a better deal. I mean, I don't know what she was trying to buy or what she was doing, but people are just need to relax. I have to see what she looks like now. I think what is this video? Yep, she's pretty. But, you know, she's not a bombshell. I mean,
See this going, but it's up to you, of course.
Okay.
she looks like Kim Kardashian when she had blonde hair.
First of all, if we're going to continue working together, I want to work with a woman sales representative because I don't want to have to see locker room talk about myself when you're sharing screens.
Yeah.
So if we're going to move forward, I would like to work with a account rep that's
How about you take your
a
top
woman
off?
in the area so that we can move forward that way. I know that was a mistake, but I don't want to see
That's
like
an inexcusable mistake.
yeah, I just don't want to see like locker room talk about myself. So if we could, I like the product. I know it's good. I know it's tried and true, but I just want to work with a woman like moving forward if possible.
Do you want to know how...
We have a couple of really good RSMs actually that you'll be able to work with. So
Okay.
100% completely understand, and that's inexcusable.
Yeah, they're just desperate to make the sale.
Regardless
I know
if
that.
it was a mistake sharing the screen
Right.
shouldn't be talked about. So
You know how I
apologies
flip
on
that narrative and make her the one that's
Okay.
at fault?
Yeah. Okay.
In
well,
this instance?
first of all,
Because I know what
if
she's
we're going
getting
to
at,
continue working
especially if
together,
she's
I
going
want
to...
work with.
Yeah, I see her. I get it. And she put it on TikTok. But instead of kowtowing, because you know what her goal is, because she's going to put it on TikTok because
She wants
she's
free. She wants
such a badass. I'd say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that that you were sexist. What was I don't why do you have to work with a female representative? Why can't
maybe she thinks you're an
men
effing
and
bombshell
women-
too.
Men and women are created equal, and there's no difference between the two.
Yeah,
Why don't I
she
just
should have said.
I have an RSM that you could work with that will not say that you're a bombshell.
Yeah, she
They'll
should have
just-
said, "I don't want to work with a pig. It's not that I don't want to work with. I want to work with a woman." Good way to
that's-
spin that. See, good way to
Right,
spin it.
exactly. Because now she comes across as being sexist. So now
And a little
she
pretentious,
is.
I would say. Pretentious.
Well,
too.
yes, very pretentious. Very pretentious. But I'd be like, I'm sorry, why wouldn't a man be able to do the job? Because could you imagine if that role was flipped? I'm a dude, and I got a female sales rep on the other end of the Zoom call, and she says to another, like, something derogatory about me. I don't know if that would ever happen. Or maybe they would, but it wouldn't be a kind words like he's a bombshell. It would be more like, check out that sloppy oaf.
Well, that's kind of my point. Let's say you're the guy that says this to her, right? And you have to fix it. What do you say to her now?
I told you what I'd say to fix it. I go automatically on the offensive. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I had no idea you were a sexist. But you know, if I said you're a bombshell, that was meant as a compliment. I mean, you're a very pretty lady.
See, I'm kind of going down the same path. Like, listen, all right, hun.
I don't know if I'd say hon.
I have to look at trolls all day. All right, this is what I do. I look at trolls and sweaty old fat guys. So I apologize if it was nice to see something worth looking at for a few minutes.
And you should, I mean, I did not mean it as derogatory. I meant it as a compliment. And I had no idea that you were sexist and only wanted to work with females. I don't know. Let me put you through to our HR department and see if they can find somebody. Because then at that moment, you at least guarantee that she's not going to post it on TikTok and then make it so you never have a career again.
And that's what she did.
Careful. You don't want to learn from this. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
So yesterday we were talking about pet owners that claim that their pets have favorite sports stars and favorite teams. Athletes, teams. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be a Chihuahua out there somewhere that just is really into the Indy 500, right? And Indy cars probably has a favorite race.
I'm thinking Whitney. I'm thinking Whitney's animal. Your dog must be really into snowboard cross. And who's the most famous person in snowboard cross?
Lindsay Jacobellis.
Yes, and that's the one that tried to do the thing at the end and fall.
Her claim to fame.
So is your dog a big Lindsay Jacobellis fan?
I don't know if she's watched. We're going to have to throw some YouTube
or is it more of a Sean White thing because he's more accessible?
Oh. No, I could see her being into border cross because she likes to chase things on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you believe that animals have a favorite athlete?
So stupid.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
How about a favorite team?
80% of people think so.
No. You may buy them a jersey and put it on them and they hate it and look stupid, but it's still a thing. Rhonda wrote in yesterday, she named her dog Tony Romo, and she just called him Romo all the time. And anytime when Tony was playing, if the announcers just said Romo, the dog would run into the room where the TV was on.
Interesting.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's like the show I'm watching. The character in it is Ellie. So when people say Ellie on screen, she's like, what?
She does react to that, huh? Really? That's interesting.
So
my dog's name is George, and I've never even tried this. Now I got to find a show.
You got to throw some Seinfeld on or something.
Oh, my God, right?
That would be good. Gosh. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the name is said so much in that show.
Report back.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you he was named after George from Seinfeld, but it was George from Grey's Anatomy who got hit by a bus. So we're trying to keep him away from busy streets because I don't want him to end up like his TV character. Yeah. So anyways.
You have a fun fact?
How are you doing? You have a fun fact?
How are you?
You have a fun fact?
Well, no, that was a fun fact.
Oh, that is a fun fact.
He's named after Grey's Anatomy. I didn't know you're such a big fan.
I'm not, but the people that had the litter, they were, and they named the entire litter after. It was Izzy.
Wow.
Meredith.
McDreamy. Was there a McDreamy?
I don't know if there was. There probably was. Derek Shepard. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am a fan of the show, I guess. Just showing my cards there. I really liked that show back in the day, and now it's terrible.
Oh, you'll still hear like songs come on that are from those pivotal episodes. You're like, gosh, dang it.
Oh, from those early episodes?
Yes.
Yeah, like the Snow Patrol.
Yeah, Chasing Cars. I think they bought the song. They've used it for 10 years. And, oh, my God. Do you remember when, when the show really started to suck? Was when they started doing like musicals.
I only watched like the first 2 seasons of it, and I still remember those songs being attached to it.
Yep, there are certain songs
there's a song by the Fray, which I never I think they disappeared after making their money off of the licensing deal with Grey's Anatomy. That's crazy. Yeah, that show definitely had a sound. Weenie alternative.
But when they started singing in the operating room,
that got bad.
But it wasn't like they were singing in the. It was like all of a sudden the world stopped.
Right.
And they were in this alternate universe dimension, and they just started.
I was embarrassed for them.
I can't remember how the songs go, but yeah. So my dog was named from a character off of Grey's Anatomy.
There you go.
Where did you name your where did Lily come from?
Ellie.
Ellie. Sorry. Well, I don't get your name half right half the time.
I know, it's
Brittany,
fine.
Tell us where Lily came from.
I know. Well, the mailman came by the other day to the office. He's like, "This is for Brittany," and the staff didn't understand why he said that because he listens to you guys all the time.
I love it.
I was like, it's an inside joke.
It's commonsensical. In other words, it makes sense.
Exactly. Where did Ellie
I don't really
come
remember
from?
where her name came from. I was just trying to brainstorm names.
It's a good dog.
And it just kind of sounded fun. And she springs around like a kangaroo, so I call her Ellie Roo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good. Anything that ends with an E.
Well, it's funny because
girl dog.
yeah. Do you ever just call her L? Like a lot of people, they'll name their dogs and they come up with all these nicknames, and I'm imagining the dogs.
Yeah, it's like Ellie Belly and L Bell.
Yeah, they're all confused. They're like, all right, what is my name? Damn it! All right,
like you humans.
Can I know we have to talk about market stuff, but I have like really pressing.
You have bad gas.
No, I have really pressing questions to ask you about downtown San Luis Obispo.
Oh, I cannot wait.
So can we do a segment where we talk about, I just have 2 questions.
Okay.
But they might have long answers to them.
Oh, boy.
And then can we do the market?
Sure.
Okay.
Anything for you.
Okay.
So you want okay, we'll come back and do that with Brittany,
I was
Whitney,
asking her, that's
and
my
Ellie
polite
Belly.
way of asking her to stay around for about the next 45 minutes.
Great.
Yeah. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
So we've got Whitney hanging out with us.
Hard one first or easy one first?
Hard one.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I was hoping you go in that direction. So, what is your downtown Slows relationship? This is not the question. I just want to know before I ask the question.
Okay.
What is your relationship with Chamber of Commerce? Like, how does that work together?
Good question. We are partners in the fact that we're both kind of like advocating on behalf of tourism to an extent.
Okay.
But we are limited to the Downtown Business Association defined boundary, whereas the chamber is literally all of San Luis Obispo.
I see. So you guys deal with just the businesses downtown.
Yeah, and they do a lot of like policy work as well that we don't get involved in, like on a government level.
Okay, so they were talking this week about, and I always thought that this is the one thing. I think kudos to the chamber, and whatever role you guys might have in it, if any, about increasing living space downtown.
Oh, yeah.
For people that want to live downtown, because there was I used to love to live downtown. I mean, it was great when I lived downtown. It was excellent because everything was convenient. But I still lived outside of downtown 3 blocks.
Gotcha.
I'd walk. It was walking distance. But I always thought, how cool would it be to live downtown?
Yeah, my stepdad lived downtown on Higuera Street.
Oh, yeah?
It was rad.
Yeah.
That Christmas parade view. Woo.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, if you could get, like, any one of those buildings that are the mixed use, where there's offices above.
Yep.
If you could get some living space into those places that are offices. I know they were talking about doing this. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that came up in the discussion was that I always thought living downtown, I was like, I love living downtown. It'd be nice to not have to drive to a grocery store.
Yes.
Is there and they brought it up again, and I know they brought up the push to get people to go downtown, but you need, in order for people to live downtown, you need a grocery store.
I know.
So have you heard what's the scuttlebutt?
I have not heard anything. How great would it be if they opened up like a Sprouts or something at the Ross building or whatever?
Yeah, and that's really what I thought.
Yeah, I really want a place
and I'm sorry, Beverly's, Ross and Beverly's together
totally
has the square footage for a decent sized grocery store.
It'd be rad. I'm all for it. My assistant lives kind of what you're talking about. She's nearby, and likes to not drive as much as possible and wants a grocery store. And I always joke with her, what, is 7-Eleven not enough for you? But yeah, it really, if we had more housing downtown, I think it would get someone, even just like a bodega to start and then kind of evolve from there.
Right. I would always find ways to work CVS into my grocery shopping.
What can you get there? And it's kind of a mixed bag. You don't really know what they're going to have in there.
Right, exactly. And they run out of stuff a lot. I could get beer and milk there. I know that because I had done that. Okay, so, but that's kind of exciting, I think, for downtown business and for people that want to live downtown.
Totally. And I think it would kind of open doors, with the breakfast, all those businesses that have breakfasts downtown.
Absolutely.
And it's just fun to have that element of
all the time,
residents.
Not just on Saturdays and Sundays. So, okay, that I was just wondering what you knew.
Big fan.
Big fan of that, but still
very much don't know the details.
Yeah, and in the distance.
Ooh, I think there's a lot of meetings that are going to have to happen.
Long-term plan. My second question is, this is a question I had last year as well. I was given a good excuse last year because I asked the question too early.
Oh, no.
Now I'm asking the question on...
I feel like this is going to be the hard question. I feel like you're going to bamboozle me here.
On February 2nd. Why is it still Christmas in downtown San Luis Obispo?
Do you know how many times I've almost texted you to be like, where? I haven't heard from you yet. It's still Christmas down here. Where's your little rant?
I mean, we've got Valentine's
I was
Day
waiting
coming
for
up,
it.
and I'm looking at Santa Claus on the banner.
Really?
The banners are all part of like the holiday collection. And there's one holiday. I don't know what it is.
No.
No. Listen.
Still?
Yeah, there's still one holiday. Maybe it just ended. If you go to the City of Slow's website, and they've got a little webpage dedicated to the banners, whatever holiday's last in the lineup causes all of the other banners to stay up.
Wow.
They all come down at the same time.
Still, the second day of February. We were sitting here on the second day of February.
know.
You said there's another holiday?
No. I feel like they're done now. So they should all be coming down like this week. I don't know what the last holiday was. It's terrible that I don't know.
No, this is
not a question for me. It's a question for the city. Why can't you take down certain ones?
right. Like obviously Christmas is come and gone. We know that one.
Christmas year round.
It's Christmas town. It really is.
Christmas town.
You would take the Christmas one down and put up a Valentine's Day one.
I know, that would be cute.
Okay, I'm just. I was
You might
just
have
curious.
something here, though, Jeff. I mean, if you take Christmas Town and you send that off to Hallmark with a little pitch and thing, next thing you know,
Yeah, get some people living downtown shopping in a bodega type grocery store. Then you wouldn't even have to justify Christmas banners being up in
Christmas
July.
Town brought to you by Hallmark. Look at all the possible tourism and revenue that you could generate out of
You
that.
could probably make 1 million movies off of that title.
Lots of white
Yeah.
and black SUVs visiting.
Christmas in the French Quarter.
Yep.
All right. The hard-hitting questions have been asked and answered. Actually, have they been answered? When is it coming down?
No.
Okay. I feel like you passed the buck. You could run for mayor one day.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You could
Working
have.
on it.
You know what you could have done is you could have said, the flood pushed back everything.
I really could have just pointed to that. I'm surprised you're not looking it up right now to figure out what holiday is keeping them all up.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Turn it on in the morning.
Every morning.
Come on, girl.
And leave it all day long. Because they're funny, they're entertaining.
Shake that booty. From 93.3 KZOZ. How pathetic can some people be?
This is my night job. You may ask, what is your day job? I am a lunch man lady. Yes. That's what I do. I work at a cafeteria. It's great. Not at school, at a business, but still, same idea. People always come in to get their morning coffees, and they're going off to their jobs. They always try to give me words of encouragement because they realize what I'm doing. They're like, oh, thanks for the coffee. Take her easy, buddy. And they go off. It's like, hey, I'm 26, and I work in a cafeteria. Maybe you shouldn't be telling me to take it easy, all right? Clearly, I am, all right? How about you tell me something real? Like, hey, man, thanks. Get your together. All right. I'm off to make real money. Okay.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
We got a lunch lady here that decided that instead of doing stand-up comedy for her side hustle, she would just steal from the school and sell the food on her own. Here's from a local TV station in a suburb of Chicago, where this lady, Vera Liddell, stole over $1.5 million worth of chicken wings.
Whoa!
This went on for about a year and a half. What the school worker allegedly did with the large amount of chicken wings is still unknown. Cook County prosecutors allege she used her position to embezzle $1.5 million from the school district, ordering more than 11,000 cases of chicken wings from the district's food provider, then picking them up with the district's cargo van.
It's so funny because we hear about these stories from time to time that people that were, accountants or bookkeepers or took care of payroll, sometimes a receptionist too for companies, end up, cheating the company they work for out of, hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars because they're in charge of the checkbook and the key accounts. Well, this woman said, heck, all right, what am I in charge of? Oh, ordering the food. But how do you not think that this is, I realize it's government bureaucracy because it's a school system and it's not private, but she thought she could get away with ordering over $1.5 million in chicken wings. And who does she sell them to? Yes, and she must have had, bars on the side. Like, hey, she must have been making them a hell of a deal. Why would you want to get involved in that?
Right now, if I am in charge of a school district that serves breakfast options to kids, I'm checking the egg rolls. Not the egg rolls, like the egg rolls that you would get at a Chinese restaurant. I'm talking about the accounting numbers on eggs, because those things are, I mean, a couple dozen eggs, that'll run you almost $20 now,
Yeah, it's not cheap. Not cheap at all.
If you're selling those eggs on the side, that's where the real money is.
So, she's going to spend some time. I mean, $1.5 million worth of chicken wings is going to land you in jail for quite some time. Over 11,000 cases of chicken wings. She trafficked. That's trafficking, right? That's chicken wing trafficking.
I want to know what her finances look like. Like, how was she selling them for pennies on the dollar, or was she actually selling them at market price? I mean, they're probably perfectly fine chicken wings.
I'm sure it'll all come out in court.
And have you ever seen chicken wings as an option when you were going to school on the lunch menu?
No. Pizza.
Weird chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich, yeah. French fries, burger.
Weird dried out burger.
Some really, dry spaghetti.
Crinkle cut fries.
Yeah. Maybe a burrito. I think we had burritos over tacos.
Frozen yogurt. Yeah. All that stuff is
we even had a McRib sandwich, I remember. But, obviously it wasn't a McRib.
See, none of those things would have raised red flags, but also none of those things are in demand like chicken wings.
And God, it was just a year or two ago. Chicken wings were in high demand, right?
Yeah.
I remember going to Costco and you would buy that 3-4 pound bag, and it used to be like around, I don't know, $10 to $13, and it was like $30, $40.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Miss Vera Liddell of an impoverished suburban Chicago school district. You are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ. Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.